Whiskey Wednesday.
Oh, Troy's in the house.
Welcome, everybody. I
And
don't know
Troy,
what it's like where you're at, but spring has sprung in Ohio, and we've had our first little porch party, and we've been drinking since 5 p.m.
you're excited about the spring is sprung thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I've been
Oh,
like quarantined for, it's been like COVID year over here for the last 3 months.
oh, I'm totally with you. It was, you know, 30 degrees up until last week. It just woke up and realized it was spring, so it's been 70 for the last 2 days, and the snow's actually melted, and I could wash my car. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was 27 degrees Celsius today.
Oh.
Was that 72 Fahrenheit?
It's up there. It was pretty warm. I don't know. Probably 80s, I would think.
Wow.
The only downside
Like
is I
70s,
can't
maybe?
use the weather's excuse not to do shit on my days off.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually had
No,
to do something.
Yeah. I was happy we were able to, we haven't got the porch in full summer mode yet, but we were able to spend some time out there tonight and had Dave and Sue over, and my son stopped by, so we had a nice little pre-summer cocktail night or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it was nice.
Nice. Yeah, you had some it wasn't just whiskey I saw in the photo.
Well,
Yeah,
the girls
gin
don't drink
out
whiskey. Yeah,
there, and you had
gin
some-
and vodka for the ladies, but yeah.
yeah. You don't like
For
you
the
don't like
ladies.
gin, eh, Troy?
I no.
I've
I-
not tried much gin. The only way I've ever enjoyed gin is with grapefruit juice, and that pretty much kills the gin flavor.
Yeah,
So
okay.
The only
Yeah.
gin that I really enjoy is when it's in Natalie's glass. I do not like gin at all. I like the smell of gin. If there's a gin air freshener, I would have it, but it's so bitter and gross. And
So what we
Yeah.
had
Pretty much
tonight
it.
was Hendrick's gin, which I'm not familiar with, but
it's one of Nat's
That's what-
favorites.
yeah. So that's 88% or proof, so 44%, which is a little. I was impressed. Like this isn't just 40%. We're
Well, you're the proof guy, so yeah.
yeah. So I gave her a fist bump for push the proof envelope a little bit.
Michelle's saying gin is the worst. I don't
I'm
know
with
about
you,
that.
Michelle. I'm with you.
I've been on a gin kick. Maybe I just want to be Ryan Reynolds, Canadian, and
I have the same philosophy with gin
Somebody-
as I do with IPAs. I respect the people who drink them because I am not man enough to.
I've been dabbling with it. It's okay. It's
Hey.
okay. Yeah, I like it at times. There's a couple good ones up here that are not so botanically, I guess you could say. Nat's watching. Conway's saying, "Hey, Jensen, Nat,"
Hey.
and he also says, "I'm with Nat, like gin."
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Conway was nice enough when we were visiting Dallas, nice enough to give Nat a birthday present. It was a beautiful bottle of gin.
Oh wow!
I don't know which one, but
When you
It
say
was
beautiful
gin.
bottle, was it empty?
no, the bottle was pretty. The stuff inside might have been horrible.
No, I'm just saying really good bottles. No,
Leeds is saying Ian's hotter than ever because it was warm up here today. I think that's what it is. And also H. Clark, gin is lights out.
Oh,
I think
okay,
I've had that down there. Maybe it was Southern Whiskey Society. He had something that was really good, and it was.
is
a
that
gin.
like local to Nashville? You think?
Yeah, exactly.
Now that you mention it, when Michael Williams came to visit, more humble brags, he brought a gin from Nashville that was, according to Nat, really tasty. It might have been H. Clark.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I see gin, I just lose any kind of interest. So I don't know exactly what they are.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Hey,
Kim
Kim.
and Mark and Andrew West. What's going on, everybody?
Good, nice
to
crowd
see you.
tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Troy's been pretty tuned up.
I'm oiled.
true?
Yes,
Oil-
sir.
well oiled. And
Speaking
Jason-
of
Jason-
Michael Williams,
Oh,
this is his Coy Hill sample that I
Is that the-
finally cracked into that thing.
and well, let's get a quick review from the teas.
Well, my reviews aren't very in depth, but I would start off by saying it's good,
Yeah,
but
that's
a
all you
little
got.
smoky. But yeah, look how dark. I mean, this is
It's dark.
it's dark.
Yeah, it's dark.
But I wanted to touch on the sample thing a little bit because I guess like a package.
Are you already? Are you going to show us your package already?
Do you want me to save it till later?
Well,
want me-
build up a little bit of anticipation, you know.
But
don't just
I'm
Blast
just
your
like too
package right
excited.
up the front. You got to leave something to the imagination.
I'm just saying, I've been working so hard on this podcast, and and I was starting to think it was all for nothing. But finally, after a year of grinding, and it's all paid off. I've got booze in the mail. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
Hell
look
yeah.
at that. Look at that.
I'm just saying, don't give up on your dreams, because if you believe hard enough, you too will get there.
You'll make it. You can make it. I feel like there's a Joe Rogan inspirational quote in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
spit it out. Yeah.
So this is from my good buddy Conway. And
One of the best.
oh
One
yeah.
of the best.
So
Oh, by
he said
far.
this. I think I just opened this up yesterday. And I'm not.
Ohio Internet.
Oh, it's not my internet this week.
No, we're good.
Is it me?
Yeah. Your internet's feeling like you are right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
You're
no,
good.
don't be sorry. It's
Don't
good.
apologize, man. It's part of the shtick.
Okay. So I might need some help identifying some of these samples, because his labels are a little bit basic. So this
All right.
the first
Well,
one.
Hold up. Before we do this, what's
Okay.
Jason? Because Troy's been drinking a lot, and he's going to drink throughout the whole show. I think, right? That's the plan.
I need
Well, I
to
can
get
try to
up.
You're
sober
gonna-
up if you want me to.
No. Drink through that package. But Jason, what do you got going on?
Oh, this is so good.
What is it?
I'm taking taking the idea from Troy and Ty about killing small bottles. So it actually is sad that this bottle's almost gone. This is the Buffalo bottle, the one,
Oh,
the 60 or the 124 proof Four Roses that Casey sent to us.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's so good.
And you got buffaloed a
It's
few
getting
times with
close.
that, didn't you?
More than once, twice in a row, if truth be told. Luckily, it was delicious.
Let's see this. What hat is that you got on?
That is the Leaper's Fork. I got it
Oh,
at Whiskey Weekend. when we
Look at
did the-
that. That's a
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
hat. I like that a lot.
your hat game is strong.
It
Thank you.
is. It is. And Leaper's Fork too. That's where you guys did the pick, right? And Grease is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. Oh, and speaking of samples, I want to do one quick humble brag on my sample I got this weekend, because we will touch on the weekend a little later, but we Ty visited.
That's right. Oh, you
Oh.
got some stories.
Oh, we have a few stories that were awesome, but
The
the biggest one
LARPing?
is he walks right in, and I'm like, pour anything you want in my, go look and find. And we did crack open the Lucky 7 14-year, but not before he just grabs his bottle bag and just hoists out a Eagle or a Heaven Hill 17-year.
I saw a
Oh.
picture
Oh,
of that
my
as
goodness.
well. Yeah.
One of the greatest whiskeys I've ever had. And so pretty much everything after that was anticlimactic. But
So what makes it so good? Let's go break this down a bit, Jason, because you have some of the most epic tasting notes.
there's something it's exactly kind of like I side by side it with Stag when Travis was here. We bought it at a bar, and it has age, but it's Stag-esque in that, where you feel the age, but the richness is still the oilies. I'll get out and just sweet and everything beautiful in the world. And you know me, I like richer, thick viscosity type bourbons, and usually some of those aged ones kind of age out of that a little bit. But this one, I think 17 is the perfect year. Just like a lot of people think that the 15-year Pappy is the best, I think the 17, the Heaven Hill. And granted, I've never been in a position to try the 23 and 20 and what have you, but it's just delicious. I mean, literally that 14-year, which is no slouch. It was a 14-year 100 proof bottle. And
Is that
it
MGP
just-
Lucky 7?
I don't know. It says Kentucky on it, so I think it might be Barton or
Oh,
somebody.
gotcha. Okay.
I'm not sure, and it was delicious, but it just paled in comparison to the richness
Really?
and viscosity of it all.
So the Heaven Hill
It sounds
17-year-old. If you want to send Jason a sample, make sure
The
it's
greatest, the greatest bottle. Because I did. We side by sided it with the 21 Stag, and it not.
What's the
you
proof
know,
on it? Is it?
It was up there. But
Oh,
I
okay.
don't remember exactly.
I thought they were lower proof. That makes sense then if it's a higher proof.
I think it was a little. I'll be honest. And if it wasn't, it sure drank like it.
It sounds like you were into a few
anyway.
on the weekend then too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And I'm drinking just some Buffalo Trace, which I have a question for anyone in here. When did Buffalo Trace go to a synthetic cork? Was that recent or did I just not notice?
I feel like Andrew might know the answer to that.
Yeah, I haven't bought regular Buffalo Trace in a couple of years probably, so I'm not the one to ask.
I just grabbed one the other day and I was like, let's go with some Buffalo Trace. And now I think it has.
I'll be honest, I actually kind of prefer the synthetic corks.
Me too.
They seal tighter.
They don't break.
I was gonna jump clap a few, but I'm gonna pull them. I think I just jump clap a jump clap.
I mean,
you see, that was like a mental jump clap. He was gonna do it, but it was in his.
I feel like you could take that down a big rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But Buffalo Trace stuff is funny because it's hard to get. But I have a buddy who owns a liquor store, so that's the stuff he's always called me. Like, I got Buffalo Trace this week. Do you want one? I've got Weller or Antique, and I've got E.H. Taylor. So every time he gets it, I buy a bottle. So I've got, it's the hardest thing to get, but I've got 7 of everything. So I don't have rare stuff. But if you want Eagle Rare or E.H. Taylor or Weller Antique, I'm your man. I've got everywhere.
Well, there we go. And if that goes for the chat, anybody wants any of that stuff,
hit me up.
Troy's got samples, so he's ready to send them. Right?
Well, most of them ready to drink them, but yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
All right.
We not to change the subject, but earlier tonight, Dave and I were doing a side by side. Last week I was trying to sort through the 2XO. I had the new Innkeeper blend, so we were doing side by sides with Phoenix and Innkeeper. I think we kind of finally settled on we like the new one, the Innkeeper, a little bit better, but we love both of them. So
cool.
So if you come buy them, I recommend buying them.
Yeah, I just noticed we got the St. Patrick's Day Kentucky Owl and the Wise Man just showed up here. I passed on both, but I was like, oh, now we get stuff. Like if only we could have got it when Dixon was involved, then I would buy it.
I'm not sure if any of those are worth buying or not.
No, not the prices I saw them at. So, but the 2XO I'd be interested in. We'll see if that makes it up this way.
Oh yeah.
I have a bottle. I pre-ordered one through Kagan Bottle. I haven't seen it yet. I guess I should check because I just remembered now that I bought one.
Fair enough. All right, Troy. You're all excited about this package.
I was, but you brought me. Yeah, I feel I came in. I came in too hot.
Let those samples out, man.
You gotta let it. You gotta make it last, Troy.
Well, I'm not going to drink all these, but maybe you could which one.
Every last one.
No, this is like 4 weeks of content. I mean,
is that what it is?
Oh, I'm hoping. I don't know. I don't want to. So
or as soon as we shut this off, you're just going to go to town on the 4 samples and.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
But so tell me. I don't know exactly what I have here. So this first one, and Connolly's on here. Maybe he can help explain. This is a Rumble Texas rum.
Oh,
47%.
Rumble?
Yeah, I believe that's what it says. RUMBLE. And this is inside baseball, but Jason and Ian, you'll appreciate this. These sample bottles are just our 12 days of Christmas. You just
recycled.
Yeah, they're all recycled.
Hey.
So I have this Texas rum, which doesn't make any sense. Do they make rum in Texas?
I think they'll make anything in Texas.
Okay. So the next one, I think I've heard of this one, but I don't know what it is. This is Rye the Lightning. Is that a store pick?
That's the blackened. That's the blackened, the second edition.
So so I've got that.
I think you have to have that with Corey on.
I actually have that bottle. I have the bottle back there.
Yeah.
and it's a rye finished in rum casks, and then they do their process.
there a
the
pattern
sour-
Well, that's definitely a contender. I'm looking forward to trying that sucker. This next one, I don't know what it is. It says careful 57%. It doesn't say anything else.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it's not some sort of single malt. I don't know.
That should be the first one you try.
I think we tried that tonight.
That's the one.
Okay. First, I was thinking maybe it was like it's super high proof. Be careful, but 57% is not super high. So I don't. So yeah, I'll try that here in a minute.
It's
But-
a higher proof for the average drinker, but not for the teas.
No, I
Yeah.
suppose so.
Yeah.
Not. I mean,
I mean,
I
that's
wouldn't tell-
entry. That's entry proof. for
if
the
I was
teas.
handing it to me, I wouldn't tell myself to be careful. I've known that before. But the first, when I opened the package yesterday, I just opened these yesterday. The first sample I pulled out was this one. This is Eagle Rare BTAC
Okay.
from 2001.
There it is.
2001.
Yeah, look at this sucker.
My
The first bottle I
goodness.
pulled out of there, I'm like, that Conway don't piss around.
You don't mess around. I'm telling
He
you.
is serious.
Goodness.
So I want to kind of save that for when I'm in my right mind. But that thing there,
Yeah, definitely not after a tuned up Whiskey Wednesday.
and I'll tell you what else. There's 2 ounces, but this bottle's got 2.2 ounces, and it is full.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's Conway to a T for sure.
Yeah. He did the same. I think I got a random, got some amazing samples. That's the
Okay,
biggest
so-
bonus when we do an advent calendar. I think everybody knows, but the bonus about putting the advent calendar together is we have so many amazing people that always just throw a couple extra things into the bottle box. And I've had everything from bacon to 2003 birthday bourbon. So
I mean, the bacon's a contender.
Oh, it was, Corey made,
Yeah.
or excuse me, Casey made his homemade or his home smoked bacon. He sent us a pound of that, and
That might be the prize.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
it was
I
a
think it
prize
is.
for my belly.
There's
delicious.
Mama Barely.
All right, so Troy, you're going to be trying careful today. Is that
Yes,
the
I'm
plan?
gonna crack that. I'm drinking the last sip of Mike's.
Oh yeah,
Coy
savor
Hill.
that. Savor
This
that.
is wonderful, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Have you
I
tried
think-
anything new lately? Oh, go ahead, Jason. But after that, have you tried anything new lately? Is there anything new on the market that you're interested in?
No, the only things I have tried was the 2XO stuff, and then before that was that Barstown, that
The white label one.
yeah, that white label. I really
Yeah.
like that for the money.
hmm
Nice.
How about you, Jason? You try anything new lately?
Well, the Heaven Hill 17,
Yeah.
and but other than that, no. I've been drinking a lot of beer lately, which is,
Have you?
but I mean,
Sours?
not store beer. No. So I bought a bunch. I know. Ty likes the apricot hef, so I bought some of that apricot hef, and then they had a blueberry hef. So they're not exactly, hardcore, but they're pretty tasty.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, you don't like
Apricot
beer?
and blueberry.
Oh,
No,
they were great.
maybe in hot sauce, but not beer.
It's very subtle, and I like wheat beers anyway. So, but it's
Have you tried anything new, Ian, lately?
No. I've been on a tequila kick lately, which has not been healthy because you can down that stuff like water. It's 40%, and it does. It's good. It's not great. I mean, it's good, but it's not great at the end because you just keep pouring it.
are you drinking for effect, or do you have some special ones that?
No, just like nothing good. Just Terramana or whatever's decent. Trying different stuff, but it's only 40. Troy, it's like water to you. It's 40%. It's white. It's
Yeah.
clear. Yeah.
Might as well drink white rum.
No, that's
I'm not a
too
big.
sugary.
We did buy. I got peer pressured into buying a nice Class A Azul,
Oh, that's really good though.
and I've never tried it.
Yeah.
It's still sealed. We'll wait till you get down here before we break it out.
Will's a big tequila guy, I believe, as well. But the good stuff too.
I
I've been
know
just
that.
drinking the cheap stuff, but yeah, the
Okay,
good stuff
well-
tastes really good. So I had to crack out some, bust out some whiskey, hence the Buffalo Trace for Troy,
Yeah.
because he would make fun of me on here.
Well, Jason, I'm looking forward to hearing about Ty's visit while I sniff this sample, because early
I can do that.
sniffs is telling me that Conway did me dirty.
It did you dirty with
Yeah.
careful.
Oh, really?
What do you
Yeah,
Oh, so you're stalling. You want me to stall for you so you don't have to.
Yeah, I want you to tell your story while I try to process this, because I don't think it's not
Well,
bourbon.
pretty much you showed up on Friday and left on Sunday, and that was it. So go ahead and drink it.
Yeah, that was not it.
No,
I've seen
no,
pictures.
it was amazing. It was so much fun. Ty had just drove down as an awesome father would. Him and his family has been dreaming about going to this. It's called Evermore Park, and it's like part theme park, like, but all the cast is in costumes, and it's like if a theme park and a online fantasy video game kind of mixed. So the kids, they'll go to these people and they'll give them quests, just like in the old MMO games, and they have cool stuff. They rode the train. There's a lot of I'm proud of it mostly because my good friend my friend that I went to high school with was the lead sculptor in all of these, and there are some amazing sculptures in this thing, all fantasy based, and
So this is like Final Fantasy in real life?
pretty much. And I feel
Okay.
bad. I feel bad in a way because they came in the off season, so there wasn't as much stuff as is normally there, and there was all sorts of, we'll just call it logistical issues,
Okay.
i.e., running out of food at 6 p.m.
Oh no.
So we were all running around. We waited in line just for a sandwich.
That's when you need a bucket of spaghetti.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll hit the spot every
there's
time.
not much a bucket of spaghetti won't
I
fix,
think so.
I'm telling
I
you.
think so.
except for this.
We literally were the last people in line. We ordered a sandwich, and we have no bread. I'm sorry.
No.
We have no
So-
bread.
No bread. And then so we even ordered, they had some cheap mac and cheese. And even then they're like, well, we only have one cup. So they had no cups. They had no sandwiches.
Oh
So
no.
they had soup with no cups and sandwiches with no bread. And, and on top of that, their Wi-Fi went down, so they couldn't do any card purchases. So I literally had to bum a 20 off a Ty to buy that freaking crappy mac and cheese because I didn't have any cash. Because who carries cash?
I do.
I don't.
And then
I should.
eat it out of your hand. Just scoop,
I
scoop it in my
usually do.
hand.
If I was like Ty and I was traveling, if I leave the state, I absolutely have some. And come to think of it, I had that emergency 100 in my wallet, but they're not going to.
Why use that?
100.
Yeah, just
well, I
use
forgot I
Ty's.
had it until
Just
just
use
literally
Ty.
just right now.
Hold up.
Just
Look
use-
at
hey,
Troy.
And for
Look
the
at
record,
look at Troy. Look at Troy.
I Venmoed, for the record, I Venmoed Ty the $20.
I don't doubt it at all. He probably owes you.
Good Lord.
All right.
We're gonna pause. We're gonna put a pin in this. We're gonna do a camera 2.
Yeah.
Troy, what are you feeling
It's-
right now?
It's like a mixture of smoky and like rubber cement.
Rubber cement and smoky. So it's peated something
Is-
scotch.
I'm gonna.
I'm not sure if
Or
Conway's
maybe-
still on here,
is
but
it-
I need
is
a
it-
hint as to what this is.
Texas whiskey that's got some peat in it.
Oh, I
Would
hope
be something
not.
like that.
I'm gonna
or-
gamble and say it's either one of the iron root single malt, the peated single malt, or probably Balcones Brimstone.
Oh, he intended this to be last, and it's a fantastic whiskey. Ardbeg.
Oh,
yeah.
well, maybe I should have got
Yeah.
instructions from me.
No, this is perfect. Your face there. That's going to be a
Oh.
viral clip, hopefully.
Corn
And,
Brecken is actually quite
Ardbeg.
tasty.
And if you're watching, throw a like, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button,
Yeah,
because you know what makes Troy's day more than anything in the world?
It really does.
One subscriber.
every
we
time
get
we get
one,
a subscriber,
like-
I tell everybody.
Hey,
Yeah,
Subscriber.
it's huge. So
so if you want to keep watching Troy make funny faces at peated whiskey,
Yeah,
like
I'm
and
not just
subscribe.
drinking this, for fun. This is, This is to get
You
the
did-
subscribers.
I mean, like that's a fantastic whiskey.
He did drink the
Is
Floki
it?
when he was
Yeah.
here.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's no Floki, but it's okay.
And that's 57%. That's cask strength. I believe it's got some sherry influence in it. Is that the one?
I'm not tasting any sherry.
Who's she?
Somebody screenshot that
She's a nice
picture.
lady.
Conway might know a bit more, but it's either that one or the other one. And yeah, no, that's a good whiskey.
You know how I feel like Conway's always giving me backhanded compliments, like your wife's really pretty. I was surprised. You know, that kind of thing. I feel like that's kind of how this
Well, he made up for it with the Eagle.
Yeah,
Rose pack.
no kidding. That's a pretty sweet sample pack he sent you, including that whiskey, because Jason or I would be all over that one.
I've always wanted. I thought it would be funny if I tried a little scotch, but I don't know. There's got to be something.
And I'll give you that is the deep end. I mean, you're talking about hardcore, Pete.
Yeah, that's like cigarette ashes in there.
Okay, well, it's not as bad as I would. If this is hardcore, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
I would say out of like in a level of 1 to 10 from beginner to hardcore, I would put it about a 7, 8.
Maybe up a bit more.
Ardbeg's
the hardest peat for me.
I personally think I'm not a huge fan of Lafroig. I think Lafroig's more hardcore than Ardbeg.
I like that better. Ardbeg's like a cigarette ash to me.
Once you get to that point, and that's the way I love Port Charlotte for that reason. It's less vegetable and more smoky.
Or Octomore. I completely agree. Right, Grease, with that Octomore.
But no, you're well on your way. If you can stomach that, you're.
I just don't.
You're
know
almost ready to try on your kilt.
How these people. This is like the flavor profile they like to drink. I mean, it's had to like evolved over 100 years.
Well, it first happened out of necessity.
Exactly. Yeah, Jason.
It was a necessity because when they were malting their grains back in the day, Scotland doesn't have a lot of trees, but they have a lot of peat bogs. So it's just like everything. That was the fuel.
Everything's wet all the time.
Everything's wet, but these dry blocks, there's their main fuel source. They use them to fuel their houses, heat their food. So when they had to do the malting process, that's the only thing they had. So
in order to dry the grain out, they had to use peat to make a fire, dry the grain out. That gets infused into the whiskey, and then there you go.
And so
this is the only way they could get drunk is to drink it.
Well, that was a long time ago. Now they just like it.
And now it's pretty much just a flavor profile because they obviously have gas ovens and what have you to heat their stuff. But it's such a it's so renowned in Scotland. It's their thing. That's so it's and there's a lot. There are a lot, and that's one kind of feel. I'm sorry, we're probably gonna lose like
no.
Of us. I'm gonna
keep going, man. Go geek out on this.
That's the coolest thing about Scotch or Scotland whiskeys because they have single grains and everything too. Is literally a island that small with 5, some people argue 6 different distinct whiskey types, and they do have their own distinct flavor profiles. Everything
regions,
from
5 regions,
regions. Excuse
exactly.
me,
yeah.
With distinct profiles, it's just interesting to me. We'll just say that.
Mm-hmm.
But
James was saying, "Hey, Dad, Tommy D's in the house. What's going on, Tommy D?
Tommy, you gotta see this bullshit."
I feel like he'd be appalled too. I'm not sure if he's a Scotch guy or not, but and Conway saying, "I'm impressed that Troy kept drinking. Way to man up."
Yeah.
I was gonna brag that I'm doing it all with my left hand, but then he mentioned Buffalo earlier or later, so I don't know if I messed up earlier or if he's just saying just to make me chug it.
I'm buffaloed every time, but I don't think I've been like involved in that process yet. So,
well, luckily with my mic set up, my right hand is blocked by the microphone, so it's just almost natural to drink left-handed. So that helps.
I like it.
I'm usually the exact opposite.
What do you taste off this Ardbeg Corey reckon?
I just can't get. It's not straight campfire smoke or anything like that, but it is a little bit of smoke. But it's almost like that artificial. I don't know if it's like I say, rubber cement or. One time, Clint sent me a sample of some sort of Texas malt, and
Yeah.
I said it was like somebody did like a burnout with their car, like squeal the tires and you lick the pavement.
You're not wrong. You're not far
Is
off.
that kind of yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit of Band-Aids, like Tommy's saying.
Yeah, Band-Aids. Tommy D says he has one bottle of
I-
Johnny Blue.
I-
Very rarely drink it. So this should be just a tip, but the guys at Whiskey Tribe just did all the Johnny Walkers
Oh, that was
on that, and it was a pretty fun one to watch because Johnny Blue didn't do very well. Like, it's a prestigious whiskey. Like, if somebody pours it, it's a fantastic pour to have, especially when you see it coming out of the bottle and all that stuff. But just blind, it is a very smooth, easy Scotch, and there's not much character to it, which I found. So yeah,
Well, that's exactly. I think that's what they're going for.
exactly.
This is going for people with a lot of money and a lot of prestige that don't want to get kicked in the face.
Yeah, and
we
the bottle's
tried it.
beautiful. Like, the whole, it's a prestigious bottle, but flavor wise, it's very easy. So, and Troy would not
Agreed.
like it because it's not bold, 180 proof, and smacking him in the face.
This is smacking me in the face.
Any other notes? So Band-Aids.
This is enough to make you think about your life choices and sober up a little bit.
Getting any sweetness on there at all?
Mm-mm.
No.
You got to chase it. It's like between the first sip and then the finish. There's that little in the middle that you got to kind of. And it's just like proof. Once you get used to it, I mean, I'm not expecting you to drink it every day, but once you get used to it and that kind of washes through, you start picking up a lot of other stuff.
I'm just surprised that people go to a bar and order a glass of single malt and this is what they throw back. I don't know. I'm talking like Americans that drink this. I don't understand.
I don't drink it with food. I've actually tried one night. Nat and I were at our favorite seafood restaurant, and I think she ordered, I don't remember, something in the sea. And I ordered we ordered some Islay Scotch to try to pair. And it didn't really pair very well.
It doesn't pair at all. Yeah.
No, it didn't, mostly because it paired okay with the oysters, Nat said, but I don't like oysters. So
I like oysters.
But yeah, so I'm not like admission. I love Eric so much, and I appreciate everything he does. But I am not a person that likes to mix my food with my whiskey.
I completely agree. And
I love the thought, and I've tried what he does, and it's really cool. And but it's just
I'm not that either. I'd rather just enjoy the whiskey and then enjoy the food later. Like, I'm not pouring bourbon on my ice cream and eating my ice cream first, and then I'll have a bourbon later. Like, that's kind of my.
There are a few that I did. I do like pairing, like tasting it and then eating something back and forth. But
I'm all for having Eric back on here because I
Oh, absolutely.
Shows with snacks.
I love what his Instagram is blowing up. I think it's so cool. He makes some of the most interesting, amazing.
His reels and stuff are fun.
Did you see him trying to pour it on Peeps, the marshmallow?
That's Whiskey Mutant at Whiskey Mutant on Instagram, and that's
my tip, so I don't have to give them. Just kidding.
Fantastic. That was your what?
So that's my tip of the day. So I don't.
Oh, save it for just the tips.
No, you gotta save it. You can't pre-tip.
Yeah. Tommy D saying Stranahan's actually is like, you're just a Colorado guy. That's what that is. He's just trying to. I haven't tried anything Stranahan's because it's a malt. But
so not
they have a good sherry one.
Malts are peaty, right?
No, not even close. Actually, probably
most of them aren't.
20% maybe are. The majority of single malt scotches are not peaty.
One of my first whiskey channels I used to watch, I mean, I still watch them, but not as much as I used to. I used to watch the Scotch Test Dummies. It was one of my first channels. And so I knew all the names of the scotches. So I've heard of this Corey Vecken. but and stuff like that. But
That was one of Bart's favorite whiskeys.
right, yeah, he
Yeah.
got like
It is.
super into the peat, like more
Yeah.
peat the better, which is just crazy to me. But I guess you got to start somewhere. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to send you. I have one of my favorite single malts. I'm a Highland Park fanboy, but I have this Texas edition, which is basically a 12-year Viking sherry. It was finished, or it was aged in a sherry barrel, and it is 126 proof, I think. It is it's one of the only whiskeys I've ever actually like totally crave, because it's just,
I will say,
pancake thick and delicious.
Yeah, peated whiskey with a sherry influence makes the world of difference to me. I had the Dalmore 12, which is very sherry influenced, but not peated at all. And then I had Ardbeg 10, which is like, in my opinion, drinking cigarette ashtray. Like I just don't like it. So I had mixed the two, and I do like a 75% Ardbeg and a 25% Dalmore, and blend them a bit. And I love that. But by themselves, it's terrible to me. And so those are two, like, up here, they're $100 bottles each. And I was like, no, I'm gonna mix these. Everybody's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, no, this makes it better. So yeah.
That's like 1915 they do. I tried that.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I've not tried it, but I hear
good.
it's great.
Yeah. Kim Short says we have a Stranahan's barrel strength store pick, and it was very good. I've heard that, and some of those fancy, what are they, like the Winters something or other?
Oh,
special
the
bottles.
Snowflake.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he already did that. And he had his first sip of Stranahan's last month on International Whiskey Day, but that's an American whiskey. I feel like you didn't go international.
Whiskey Day for the whole world. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I just stayed close to home on this one. Tommy D stayed close to home for that one. Yeah, with the malts. That's cool.
Can I just interject by marveling again? This bottle smells and tastes like a stack of waffles with 2 inches of butter and all the syrup you could pour on the plate. It's so good.
Sounds delicious. Speaking of Casey, if you're not following Casey on Facebook, you should. And that's Bright Financial Planning. Is that what it is?
He's blowing up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got any money, but if you do, give it to Casey.
I'm not sure if that's the selling feature.
That's
give all your money to Casey.
That needs to be a commercial. That very thing.
Yeah, Bright Financial Planning. He's got some beautiful lookings. What are they called? Headshots or glamour shots. Is that what they are?
Looks good.
He's
fancy,
a good,
beautiful man.
He is good looking fella.
I mean, that is a bright blue suit, but I mean, I would have went another way, but it looks good on him.
He rocks it though.
The guy my size can't wear a suit that color. So
we look like a blueberry.
Yes, sir.
Or the mayor of McDonald's Village.
I don't know. Blue. You could wear a blue suit, Troy.
Oh, that's a lot of blue. I text Casey because I'm proud of him. So I just said, but text out of nowhere. I just said, Willy Wonka called. He wants a suit back. And I said, I'm proud of you, buddy. And
I'm so proud.
He's like, that sums up our relationship right there.
To a T. Yeah. Also, Pop-Tarts.
And Pop-Tarts. Yeah, say, for someone who hates blueberry Pop-Tarts, you look like you're wearing one.
Yeah, I mean, it's subliminal.
All right, Whiskey Wednesday, but we've been talking about TV shows or movies a fair bit in the past few weeks. Is there anything going on TV or movie wise that you can talk about?
Well, I'm a week late, but the Masters was just on. We talked about it last week, but I would watch every minute of that as long as if I'm able, I'm going to watch every second of it. I'm able to watch, if I'm home or whatever. But
that was a really good Masters too. I enjoyed watching it. Tiger withdrew, which he should have. He's hobbling everywhere. Brooks and Rahm at the last, kind of going at it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I really liked it. I didn't know who I wanted to win there because normally I would root for Brooks just being an American, but I don't know with the whole new league thing.
Lives
I didn't know
thing.
what to do. You know, it
Yeah,
was
I
kind of
felt the same way. I kind of and if Brooks won that, then he'd be like in really good shape for the Grand Slam.
yeah.
Um, but he didn't pull it off, and Rom looks like he's a
It was just nice to
stud.
see Brooks playing it good again. And it's been a
I
couple
agree.
years, so yeah.
And I liked how Brooks, I'm not sure if you follow him on social media at all, but he like praised the Masters, praised the tour as well as it wasn't so much animosity as it was let's kind of come together a bit. So yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. And that goes back to Ty's, I think it's Ty's just the tip a month ago or so, which was full swing. And you see some of that come in on the Netflix show where they talk about the golf and the PGA Tour stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah,
So,
it's gonna be
so
interesting.
you all, because I'm not a golf person, I checked out in that conversation visibly. But
I think your eyes are
I
still
got to listen
closed.
to my thought process because of the alcohol. All I heard in my head space was Brooks and Dunn. I heard you say Brooks and Dunn, and now I've got brand new man stuck in my head. I'm rambling. Brooks
I'm a
and Dunn.
brand new man.
now I got Brooks and Dunn stuck in my head. Thank you.
Hey,
Oh, Tommy D.
Tommy, it's been a year. Figure it out.
Yeah, I finally figured out the Dixon shirt thing. I always thought you were talking about them. It was Dixon Deadman's shirts.
Oh no,
Like he
yeah,
had a clothing company too. No, it's a different brand, and I think we're all wearing one right now.
yeah.
I got
Yes,
the
sir.
Pliskin, which is one of the first ones, the first one I bought, maybe. Which
Yeah.
I will say, as much as I love the Dixon shirts, the quality may have been, ramping down just a
Really?
tad
Oh,
lately. I got that Royal Flush shirt last weekend. Man, it is thin. And for a
Oh.
flannel, you kind of want a bit
Yeah.
of material
Well,
there.
It would be
Yeah,
warm.
exactly. So I'm questioning it,
that
but
Metallica one was really, really nice.
they do fit for me. I'm a tall guy, 6'5" ish,
Mhm.
little too heavy for what I am, but it is what it is. But they do fit well, I find. I know Troy's in between sizes, but
Yeah, I keep
Yeah.
bouncing back and forth. Unfortunately, I'm on the wrong end right now, but
yeah,
I'm a
me
weird
too.
stickler for. I don't like wearing cheap flannels.
Yeah.
Because it bugs me when seams don't line up or things aren't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Your
they're
OCD.
always at least part that's well built. You don't see the they all just kind of
Troy.
together. Did you do it again? Hell
did
yeah!
I mention he sent 2-ounce samples? These are all 2 ounces.
That's awesome. I hope Conway's enjoying that because
I would like to thank Conway because I feel like I'm being a dick tonight, but it was very nice of him to send me samples because I made a joke last week and he immediately hopped on there and sent them to me, but I just happened to pick the wrong one to start with.
Well, he said that was supposed to be the end, and we kind of
I messed up.
turned
Well,
that upside down.
you have a week to recover.
Yeah, you kind of know what the final one's going to be, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to do the Eagle Rare last, right? Say that for last,
of course, and
so
yeah, that's pretty cool.
we'll see. Maybe if Corey's on here next week, we'll do Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
If not, we'll do
I have
this
that
Texas
too,
rum, which I feel like needs some explaining because who in Texas is making rum?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
So tune in next week or the week after.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like
we should have
content.
we should have Conway on when you drink the Eagle Rare 17.
Yeah, because he's got some explaining to do.
Well, Conway, that's a challenge to you. Jump on when the Eagle Rare is being poured. And Jason, are you going away soon? Again?
Pretty soon.
Okay, when is this?
Couple of weeks. So we leave. We fly out August 28th.
Okay, so a little bit of time.
So we got about 3 weeks.
Yeah. April?
Did you say April?
Yeah,
okay, April. August. I'm like, well, we got all kind of time.
Like
so
3
soon.
weeks away.
Yeah, soon.
Getting close. We're getting kind of. I hate packing. I just. You have that fine line between everything you want to bring with you and ease of travel.
Yeah.
How many days is this trip?
2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So we actually decided I'm going to bring the bottle case.
Oh,
Because I'm allowed to carry on a check bag and then a personal bag for the actual trip, the tour through the guys we're going with. So I bought this big, I took it to Whiskey Weekend. I bought this big, cool travel suitcase. But the problem is it's just it's big. It's as far as it's nice that way. You can fit everything you need. But also we approach weight limit. I had to skip out on a couple bottles in Dallas because I was afraid it was going to be too heavy. So that
you're
was
gonna have the hardest time picking bottles in Scotland.
That's it. I mean, because we're going to do, I don't plan on going too crazy, but I mean, we're going to some pretty cool distilleries.
Yeah.
And we're going to Bruichladdich, especially, and Lafroig. And then we have a dinner at the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society.
That's incredible.
And then we have the class too. So my plan is kind of do like we do for Whiskey Weekend. I will put the bourbon in going to Scotland and put the Scotch coming back.
Smart.
And it's easier than having to smuggle it in the luggage.
Dude, Bruichladdich would be I would pick that to go to any.
And we're also going to Oban.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We're actually staying at the hotel in Oban.
Wow.
On Oban Island. So yeah, so it'll be fun. I've been debating on using a regular suitcase and just, parsing them between suitcases. Because luckily on the way home, Matt finagled some first class transatlantic flights, so we can actually carry 2 checked bags each. So
you'll be bringing back.
We'll have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Nat's taught me a lot about travel. She hooked she hooked us up. I mean, we got we did the TSA, the pre-check, all that stuff. And then the global entry, you have to go and get interviewed and stuff, but it cuts so much time down between customs. So it's pretty good.
Awesome. I'm stoked for you.
She loves to travel, so
you guys are gonna have so much fun. I'm excited to watch some of those reels you make, and that's a good crew you're going with too.
It really is. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, they'll be fantastic.
We got to hang out with a lot of them during Whiskey Weekend. So
that will be fantastic.
And the best part is, no matter what you wear, you'll never be underdressed as long as Todd Cooper's with you. He's already proclaimed that he's not going anywhere where he can't wear shorts. So the man is morally opposed to shorts.
So April,
I commend him.
He has to wear shorts.
Oh, he wears shorts everywhere. He was wearing shorts. Yeah.
So April,
he was
in Scotland.
You're probably losing a few degrees in Scotland, right?
Yeah, might be a little chilly.
Oh yeah.
Well, props
to him.
But
he's tough. You know, they say.
I don't know what they say.
They say if you're not going to be smart, you need to be tough.
Oh, gotcha.
It was Johnny Cash.
I thought it was going to be, you got to be
Boy Named Sue.
That too.
Yeah, the Red Green Show. Hey, do you guys know that show?
I do.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, it's time for just the tips, and I hope you have some good ones because I'm going to recycle some old ones. But yeah.
Well,
Troy, did you do your homework this week?
A little bit. I've got kind of a shotgun effect here. I think I may be repeating something. I think I mentioned this before, but have you been checking out Chad and Sarah's 64 bourbons under
I haven't.
$100?
Okay.
It's awesome.
Is it good?
Yeah,
they're doing them all
like a
short
little
format.
head-to-head almost every night kind of thing, and that's worth checking out. They're doing it in like price groups, so they're up to like the $50 and above range right now, like 16 bourbons in that range.
Is that the flight fights? Like they're doing that kind of stuff?
They're just
but instead of like 4 bottles, they're almost doing them head-to-head, like a March Madness bracket style, kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. So it's good. So
each one is a head-to-head. It's like a quick 3-minute comparison,
Yeah.
and then they vote for them. And old Granddad
Kind of a quick-
114's holding strong, so I'm good.
Almost like a reel. But my main just a tip is that this is my buddy Dave, who works for Frito-Lay, was here today. He brought me a couple new bags of chips that I wanted to tease Jason with.
All right.
So the first one, these are both Doritos. This is oh shoot.
Oh,
Hot
I would eat
hot
the hell
mustard.
out of that.
Have you tried these? Okay.
No,
Hot
I have
mustard
not.
Doritos?
Yeah, they're not like honey mustard. They're more like a Dijon, like a
Oh,
horseradish up your
Like a
nose kind
Chinese
of thing.
mustard kind of a thing. I
I
mean,
like
Yeah.
that.
And then these ones I've not tried yet.
What is this?
These are tangy ketchup, bitch.
dude, you have to have it. You have to open it right now and try it.
All right.
Tangy ketchup. So
For me,
they do make a tangy ketchup up here, and they're good for a couple, and then it's like, ugh.
I love ketchup chips. It's your fault for giving them to me.
What are you gonna pair that with, Eric? I mean, Troy.
Miller Lite.
Not Bud Light, apparently.
No. The coaches all drink Miller Lite just out of principle, but I would say these are good. They're ketchupy. They're a little sweet with the ketchup, but they've got the tang on the back end.
Oh man,
You
Give 'em a
review
thumbs up.
chips way better than whiskey.
I know. What is that?
Yeah, like what is? Maybe we have to have the Troy's chip review.
Oh,
Flannel panel.
5 years into whiskey drink, I found my niche is chip.
Forget whiskey. It's all
Absolutely.
about chips.
you could even steal Eric's pour over.
I still got a 1/4 ounce of Ardbeg or whatever that is. Yeah.
I bet you that would go good with the tangy ketchup.
Maybe the mustard.
Yeah, you're right. Do you guys consider Pringles a chip?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I know they're man made, but I eat the hell out of them.
everything's man. What
I
do you
just-
mean
I
they're
went
man
to, I went
made?
to the
Hold
grocery
on.
store.
What chip is not man made?
Well, I mean, it's not
You
like
don't
slice
slice a
potato.
Pringle
You
off
actually-
of a potato and fry it. It's like
pretty
compressed
much
ground.
fried mashed potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I know
really
your
think
point.
that Dorito is sliced off a potato and
No, this
fried?
Dorito, I don't know what this is. But like a Lay's chip, I think it was a potato at one time, you know.
I think it's just grease.
Yeah, mostly
Yeah, could do.
Yeah.
the good parts.
I went grocery shopping today and impulse bought a couple of Pringles because they were. One was habanero, which I love,
Oh,
and then the other one was like a chicken, an adobo, like sauce thing, which I haven't
Okay.
tried yet, but
that's
I
usually
did try the habanero ones, which are absolutely delicious.
so. I gotta ask you guys a question. Are you big hot sauce fans or hot
like hot
spicy
sauce,
food?
yes.
Yeah. Do you guys get the hiccups at all when it's a spicy food?
I
No, I
don't
got the
as
hiccups
much.
earlier tonight when I started drinking that Coy Hill. The high
Yeah,
proof was starting
Gotcha.
got me a little bit, but yeah.
If it's spicy food for me, I'm hiccuping for forever. It's ridiculous. I take a bite, hiccup. I can't breathe. It's ridiculous.
I
But-
just get red in the face, kind of like now after drinking high proof whiskey.
Well, all right.
And a little bit of, I can't say if my upper lip sweats or not because you can't tell. But
Yeah, that's
That'd
something
be
I've been trying to do is make my hot sauce tolerance or heat tolerance go higher, but slowly but surely.
thank you so much for the segue into my tips.
Oh,
Have you ever watched? It's been going on for many, many seasons. But if y'all haven't watched the show Hot Ones
of course.
on YouTube,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what's the
it's
show
hit
called?
and miss. It's called Hot Ones.
where they
And
try
it's one of my
spicy
favorite
wings.
shows. But it's cool because it's an interview show. They do
Yeah.
10 wings that get slowly hotter.
Yeah,
But the cool
okay.
thing is it's almost psychological. It has an effect where there's a technique. I'm going to butcher it. Now it's going to come down and take my speaker away. But there's a technique in psychology called EMDR. And the whole thing is a process of getting your motor skills or your brain working on something else.
Hmm.
So it kind of pulls back the defenses and lets you get in a
And-
really deep
Yeah, it
therapy.
lets you open up. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about that. And I was telling her how amazing how open they are when they answer it. And she's like, it's very similar to that.
Yeah.
When your brain is dealing with this hot stuff going on in your head, it's almost similar to that. So it almost breaks down your defenses and you're a little more open and you say a few more things. So And he's an amazing interviewer.
I was
He
going
does
to say that.
amazing research. His research is great. And just watching him interview I watched just as a tutorial.
So
And
who's your
watching him-
favorite guest then?
Honestly, one of the favorite by far has been, come on, Brain. I just talked about brains not working. The lead singer of the Foo Fighters.
Oh, Dave Grohl. No
Dave
kidding.
Grohl was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Um,
That guy's a hot sauce guy too. Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay was actually fun.
Both times he
Yeah.
brings his whole bag of tricks. That's a lot of fun. Yeah.
And then, of course, I have a thing for Aubrey Plaza, so that was a good one.
Yeah. Scarlett was good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very entertaining, very interesting.
And Shaq, even the fun ones were there. Pedro Pascal just did one recently that came out, and that was a good one also. He seems to be a pretty interesting character.
I even bought I have a bottle of the bomb, the On Insanity.
No, do you? Oh, I've been tempted to try and buy the set because I'm trying to, get better with hot sauces. So there's a Heartbeat hot sauce. Now that I've said that, it's going to be on your Amazon ad list forever. But it's a Canadian company that's just way north of me in Ontario. So I bought some of theirs, and it's like a pineapple habanero and a blueberry habanero.
I love pineapple.
They're delicious. It's so good. And both of those have been in that hot ones. So yeah.
There's a Utah company. I'll have to send you some when I'm smuggling some other samples. But Utah, there's a company here, and I don't remember the actual name of the company. Oh, Z's. It's Z's hot sauce, but they're all Viking branded.
Oh,
so
cool.
Of course I bought them.
Yeah.
They have my favorite is the Shield Maiden, but they also have Berserker's Rage. So I'll have to send you.
That sounds. Oh, Keanu Reeves is coming out with a comic book and a movie on Netflix, possibly called Berserker. And I was like, this is Jason to a T.
I actually joined the GoFundMe to start the comic book.
Did
the graphic novel?
Yeah. Did you buy them? Do you have them?
No, not yet.
Because they're out. There's a few editions out already, and apparently they're amazing. Yeah.
I have one art book that came with the donation. And it's great. Yeah, he's absolutely great. It's basically him.
Yeah.
So if he stars in a show, it would be cool. It's great.
Yeah. I still haven't seen John Wick 4. I need to see it.
Fun show. It was fun.
I got to take the kids to Mario, which apparently has been killing it. And yeah. All right. My Just the Tips are 2 recycled ones because I think they're worthy of it. Mando, I don't care what if you are a Star Wars original and it has to be a certain way. Mando's fantastic. They're maneuvering it to be more modern and whatnot, but the storylines, just have fun with it. It's great. The Mando season has been awesome. I'm stoked for the Ahsoka season. They just had the Star Wars celebration in England, and I've been watching a bunch of that stuff, seeing what's coming out. But if you're right into Star Wars, there's a bunch of people that do the Easter eggs after you watch the episodes on YouTube. And if you watch the Easter eggs, they give you a lot of knowledge about what's happening and everything. And there's so much backstory, which is really neat. So one's called Screen Crush, and it's just this random guy that just talks about stuff. And every episode that comes out, he does his Easter eggs, and I really enjoy that. And then the next recycled Just the Tip is Ted Lasso. This season's been awesome.
Show's awesome.
Yeah, and I was telling a coworker recently who's never watched any of Ted Lasso, if you need someone to challenge your inner person and challenge your character to be a better person or whatnot, watch Ted Lasso. It'll make you hopefully it makes you a better person by watching that, because just caring for people, looking after people, having fun with people, and all that stuff is such a big factor. So so Mando and Ted Lasso, and that'll be all. And every time I watch Ted Lasso, I think of Corey, because I think it's his favorite show.
Oh, he's
You
just a
know.
huge soccer guy.
Yeah, and Jason Sudeikis is Kansas, right? So
Yep.
that's the whole thing. And
I
whenever
love
I
Roy
think
Kent. Roy Kent is my
Oi, yeah,
Oi.
whenever I think of Corey, I also put a smile on my face. That guy's a good dude.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but what do you think of Zava? I'm having so much fun with him.
Well, have you watched the newest episode?
Yeah.
I haven't watched
Okay.
today.
Yeah, then I won't say anything at all.
Okay.
But yeah,
I
no,
just thought
it's good.
just the character and the way they commit it almost
I'm so excited to see what happens with Ted. Just watching the way they have that storyline going through and the challenges he went through in season 1 and 2. You know, I'm just excited to see where they go, and I hope they do it well. I'm sure they will. But yeah, just that whole character, you know, that guy's got so much character and he cares about people, and I think the world needs that a lot right now. So
agreed.
you know, watch Ted Lasso, learn from it, be a goldfish, do all those things. And until next week, are we done?
Hey, button up.
Are we done? Troy,
I think we're done.
any last words on the Ardbeg?
Oh, yeah.
No, thank you, Corey or Conway, but we'll do better next week. I don't know. I'm sorry I didn't like it that much.
I completely forgot. How much time we got?
Go nuts.
We forgot to talk about Ty's chivalrous struggle in the ring.
Oh,
Real quickly, it's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. In there, they had literally like a little combat arena, and his daughter wanted to go in a fight so bad.
Which daughter?
It's just
Gabby, or I forget his other daughter's name. Jeez, what's her name?
Dang it! I had it, and then you said Gabby.
Older or younger?
I'm so sorry, Ty.
Gabby's
tall
the older
one or short one?
Yeah,
the younger one.
The younger one. Okay.
And Nat.
Jesse.
Anyway,
Jesse. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Nat.
And Jesse
Saves us
had
again.
to. She really wanted to, and Ty. Like, all right, let's go. I mean, didn't even shrug his shoulder. They had to wait in line. And like I said, all it was is just a round robin battle. They had foam swords and foam shields and foam all sorts of weapons. And he got in there, and it was a free for all LARPing kind of session where if you touched their arm, that they had to pretend they have no arm, touch the leg, you can. And it was hilarious. It was just awesome watching Ty and his daughter like battle the forces of evil. And Ty, of course, being as tall as he was, he got this long axe and he was just tearing people to pieces. And
yeah, you know,
but it was so much fun to watch.
You know what I appreciate about Ty as well is he'll do that fun stuff. He'll put himself out there and
without thinking twice.
Yeah, and I don't have that in me. You know, I'm thinking too much about what I look like. Jason, we've talked about this. Like, what is your what do you look like? And instead of just having fun. So, also Ted Lasso-ish, but yeah. So be like Ty, be like Ted.
Because initially I was like, this is going to be awesome. This is comedy gold. But then you watch them get out there, and his daughter's kind of nervous, so she kind of hugs up on him a little bit, and he gets over there to protect her, and then like halfway through, she actually won it for them because she dove and made a decoy, and so they were playing king in the middle, or king. So you had to choose a king, and whoever's king died first lost. And so old Jesse made a dive for the king this way. Everybody swing over this way to stop her. The other wing snuck in and killed the king. So
nice.
She made the diving self-sacrificing effort.
Flanked left and
flanked it. Awesome. It was just so much fun to watch. It was worth it, you know.
That's so cool. Anyway,
it was totally worth not getting a sandwich. Just
did they stay with you, Jason, or were they?
They stayed overnight. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, so they stayed one night.
Wow.
I called it Project Sleepover because his Ty's mom and his two daughters were here. So we converted the basement. Matter of fact, right here where I was sitting, we put a queen size air mattress for Ty's mom, and then over by the TV we put the other two single air mattresses, and then we just grabbed all the blankets we have and all the pillows and piled them up, and they all had a great night's sleep. And Ty and Megan slept in the spare bedroom upstairs, and then I woke up and fed them a bunch of breakfast and sent them on their way.
I like to call that my room.
Yeah, Ty. Yeah, I let him borrow Troy's room, but I was proud of that too because I didn't want to I wanted to make it fairly compact and easy to eat. So rather than I was going to do pancakes and the whole thing, but there's a lot of people, so I made 2 breakfast casseroles I was proud of.
Oh,
One of them was very simple: hash browns on the bottom, sausage in the middle.
I feel like a callback is there any noodles in this?
No noodles,
for Troy.
but it's just it's sausage. It was hash browns, pork sausage, some cheese, and then we poured about 10 whipped eggs over the top. So scrambled eggs. It's basically, and then I baked it. And then the other one was kind of like a bread pudding, but I used Belgian waffles. I diced a bunch of I found them in the store. They had these pre-made Belgian waffles. So I bought a bunch of Belgian waffles, diced them up, put them in, then made a custard like a bread pudding and poured it in there, and then put powdered sugar and syrup over top. So we had a sweet one and a not so sweet one, and it was great because I just had 2 platters, and it was easy to eat and
that sounds good.
not easy to clean up and not a lot of mess. So I think they were good. I liked them. So
I bet they were.
And I had to redeem myself because the last time Ty stayed at my house, I burnt the lasagna. So
That's all he's talked about for a year.
I know, it was mortifying.
And the moral of the story is find yourself some friends like Jason and Nat.
Oh yeah, they're
Because
the best hosts.
Yeah, there's none better.
I truly that's one of my proudest things without getting too sappy. Granted, I've drank a lot of this, but just sitting back and thinking of all the people that stopped by to visit and all my true friends. I mean, that's really the biggest thing. I'm the most proud of that, period. All my friends, everyone, half you guys that are listening that haven't been, the other half I hope will. And I love every one of y'all. And that's what I live for. It's just those connections.
And Jason, you're not easy to get to. So, I mean,
no,
people really want to come and see you.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
at least not from here, maybe from Colorado. It's not so bad, but
so it's been great. So I still have a goal to get Ian down here at some point.
I will be there. It
Flannel
may take
panel.
some time, and I have Nat's given me a list of things to bring down. So every Canadian thing that she sees, and that last was Nanaimo bars, I have to bring. Yeah, men, whatever Nat wants, I will bring. Yeah, for sure. All right, next week.
All right, sorry for hijacking the show.
I love it. Next week, I think if Ty can make it on, I think you have to do some banter with him about that weekend, and that'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Troy, what sample are we trying?
Either the rum or the Rymageddon if Corey's on.
All right. Try that. So we got a fancy sample for Troy to try. Just the tips as always. And a lot of flannel fun.
Yes, sir. If anybody else wants to send booze, send them my way.
Yeah. And until next week, fellas.
Stay buttoned up.
Cheers, everyone.